Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Once again, spin that back. We are back on the air.
Let's do it.
And we got a special show today. Check this out. Like I say, we talk about the the uh, the era of hip hop that we come from, 79 to 99, the golden era, and all the way back to the prehistoric era. This is what we do on record, that is. So today we got a special show. We're gonna talk about the underground, reputable, credible Mr. Born Allah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Born Allah.
From the west side of LA and from all over the place.
Wait, hold on. You got to get your introduction, Born Allah. Wait, don't talk yet. I'm getting ready. I'm trying to get my shoulders ready for the show, man. I'm trying to get there. Yo, come on, Elfo, do your thing.
But you know what? In fact, Mr. Born Allah, thanks for being here. That's what I wanted to say first of all.
Yes, sir, man. I'm very appreciative.
We appreciate you
having me, man. Thank you very much, man. Born Allah, alias the Apostle Sweet Daddy Grace, West LA hip hop, representing the church of hip hop and financial prosperity. Tell them to break bread like Jesus said. Yeah.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
And my favorite title is Mr. Fuck Your Favorite Rapper.
Yes, Mr. Fuck Your Favorite Rapper himself. I've been talking to Raggedy these rappers for years, man. Check my TR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that Electric Company, the F. Wayne.
Right. Fuck Your Favorite Rapper Part 2, one of my more popular joints.
Oh, yes. You got that fire for y'all, man.
Yes.
So he's been doing this, but he's been doing this for a long time, since the 90s, and he's still doing it to this day. So don't let them tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? We over here on this rap thing, this hip hop thing, if you really committed with it, just keep on doing it, because this is what you do. Ain't no excuses. Hey, other people like Andre got their own. Hey, they do what they do. This boy had been all kind of weird anyway. So actually, he got with Erykah Badu. That's where he kind of went the wrong.
That's a whole other show.
That's a whole other show. In fact, spent that next.
Damn, why you telling on her? Ain't she married or something?
Hey, Common went off too.
Wait, hold on.
You know what? She did do some good for the DOC. He kind of got his voice back. But anyway, listen.
We got to talk about that on Sex Talk with Walk. That's every Thursday at 9.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Let's rock.
But this man, he's still doing his thing. So you got to respect that. You know what I'm saying?
No question.
No question. But we want to talk about your story because everybody don't know you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know you like I should. You know what I'm saying? And I come from the West Coast and everything. But I've been hearing your name for years from these brothers right here, because these brothers really actually know you. So why don't you give us a little background on how you know these brothers, first of all. Let's talk about it.
Come on, man. I go back to elementary school with nice guys, shit, man. High school, fucking Walk, his brother, man, bless him and bless the remains and shit, man. His brother Do-Rock and shit, man, was one of my nemesis in high school, right, battling and stuff like that, because I came up as a battle rapper. So initially, man, prior to me getting knowledge, my name was MC Cool. So a lot of them knew me from that. My first rap group was brothers that I was, we was talking earlier, man, that we used to actually gang bang and then started doing hip hop. So my first rap group was like the Bedrock Crew. So that was, the stuff that I came up with. And a lot of y'all really know me from as far as prior to me getting my record deal and everything. So,
Bistro.
Yeah, Bistro and Cool. That's what it was, Bistro and Cool.
Okay,
and that's a crazy history, because the way I started rapping is that, remember, hip hop used to be very regional. So stuff that would come out in New York necessarily wouldn't make California. So me being born in New York and going home in the summer times, I would go and get mixtapes. And same thing with my best friend, Bistro, y'all know is Amir. He used to go to Philly for the summer as well. So when he came back one year, he had a Crash Crew tape. And we used to say Crash Crew rhymes and do Crash Crew routines. That was my introduction to even first trying to rap, was them saying there. That's where Amir's name, Bistro, comes from, because the guy in the group name was Bistro. So that's where he got his name from. You know what I'm saying? Bistro. And he used to say Bistro rhymes in the group, and I used to say Reggie Rand's rhymes in the group. So that's how I initially started rapping, was saying that stuff. And people didn't know that it wasn't my original stuff, because hip hop was so regional. When people in California didn't even ever hear the Crash Crew.
Right. Yeah, like
We was basically biting, doing their routines and stuff like that. And that's how I started. And then eventually I ended up writing and doing for myself. But my initial thing was me biting those rhymes, and then it went into us forming the Bedrock Crew. And the Bedrock Crew is me, Bistro, Lil Jesse, Lazarian, and DJ Don, you know, and we used to be over there in the Playboy Hood in the alley. Jesse used to have the turntables, and we'd be back there doing our little routines. And my initial rap partner was Amir. So that's where a lot of y'all know me from, like Bedrock Crew, and that's really where it started. And then I actually had an opportunity one time. I wrote a song for the New Kids on the Block, which happened like when I was in junior high school. And that basically happened from the guy, Eric Nuri, who was, I believe, the A&R of the project over there, because Maurice Starr, who had just lost New Edition, wanted to form another group, and it was a
White
group of boys. So and they came to me because he knew that I rhymed and stuff, but I was messing with melodies and busting raps. Eric Nuri, I knew him because during that time, a lot of people was moving to California from New York. There was a big migration of a lot of people moving from New York to California, looking for a better way of life, that whole thing. So my family had moved out here. Eric Nuri, I had a relationship with them because my parents was in the Nation of Islam with them in New York prior to them moving out here. So, you know, everybody know each other. He at the time, he was working at CBS Records, and he said, hey, can you write a rap with some singing in it like New Edition do? And I was a big New Edition fan. So I was like, all right, it's nothing. I went and did the song. He took me to his house in Studio City, and I actually recorded it on his 4-track with his son. And they sent it off. And all of a sudden, he came back one day with this record and with my name in fine print. It was like, here's your song. And
What's the song? Because I was a New Edition. No, I mean, New Kids on the Block. I like New Kids on the Block.
That was on their first album.
What song was it?
It's on their first album, and it's called "Are You Down?" On New Edition. It's called "Are You Down?" It's on their first album. It was actually the second album that they actually blew up off of, and then the first album ended up catching on as well. But on New Kids on the Block's first album, it's a song called "Are You Down?" You look in the fine print, you'll see my name, K Banks, and I did that when I was 14 years old.
That's the first thing you popped in the chat.
Yep. So you guys can go back and refer to that.
Let's get into this. Where you at, El Pooh?
Born. Let me ask you a question, bro. Can you put a little bit more light on your face, man? Because you look real, you way in the darkness, bro.
We ain't gotta see.
I mean, I don't want people to think it's Bosco, 100.
Right.
Trying to imitate somebody.
Give me a hot second. I'm gonna see if I can get some light in the subject, man. Maybe when we play the song and shit, but I'll definitely get some light on it. But I did that New Kids on the Block, and it was so funny, man, because my family didn't know no better. The funny story about that was that my aunt took me to register the song. So I had never really got paid. He would pay me in tickets. I would be able to take all my friends to the Fresh Fest and stuff like that. He'd give me 4 or 5 tickets. So all those big shows that people used to come at the Coliseum and all that kind of stuff, I always had tickets. I actually didn't get the money from that song until I got my first record deal. I was the first rap group. I was in a group called Movement X with my partner King Born.
You're going too fast.
No, he's going right on time. He's right on time. That's the transition.
I want to talk about. I mean, because we
come
talking
back to
about
that.
how you started. Okay, but how
we talk about this is all about the New Kids on the Block story. He can come back to that. We're gonna be
I'm
Tarantino, man.
back around because I never got really paid for that, man. The lucky thing about it, my aunt took me to register the song, and then when I ended up getting my record deal, and that's a whole nother story because I got my record deal by a girl that I was dating at the time in high school, which was Thumper. Remember Thumper and shit? Lakeisha and shit. Her uncle was Michael T. Williams, who was an actor. So, and who Michael T. Williams is the dude who played Bubba Shrimp in Forrest Gump. That guy used to be my manager. That's how I ended up getting my record deal. So when I had the record deal, one day he's in there talking to my lawyers and shit. He had signed me with a lawyer group called Cooper Epstein and Hurwitz. And I had mentioned to them that I did the song and never got paid. And they was like, is your name on the record and all that? And they went and got that money for me. It was just like a back thing because you have to think back in these days, like especially even when I had my first record deal, you didn't get all your money when you got signed and shit. That's when that law came in to where if you was underage, 80% of your money went into a trust. You didn't have access to 18. So even when we got our record deal, I had just turned 18. I was able to get all my bread, but my partner King Born, he was still like 16 to 17 or something like that at the time. So he didn't get all his bread. So, it was through the record deal that I actually even got all my money from the New Kids on the Block. They went and got all that.
Okay. I'm sorry. You got a lot to talk about. We don't want to get wrapped up because I know El Pooh, he going to wrap the show up when it's time to wrap the show up.
Right.
Enough with New Kids on the Block, even though we know that's vintage history. Battling. You was a battle MC. I remember hearing about you from my big brother. He'd come home like, damn, they got me today. I'm going to get their ass tomorrow. It was like every day. Bistro, the Bedrock Crew, they be battling. I knew you before I ever seen your face. I think the first time I seen you face to face was at my brother's funeral. Respect. I was like, oh, that's it.
Okay. So in other words, let's go back to the top. You was out here on the streets rapping and known in the streets. Battle rapper.
Yes, I was definitely a battle rapper. That was definitely the thing out here. Even like the battles like at World on Wheels, another battle circuit place used to be Earl's Hot Dogs that's on Crenshaw, right?
Yep.
With MC Breed. MC Breeze.
No, he used to be Jaguar and shit. You remember he's the one that actually did the Wicked for Ice Cube and shit. But that restaurant, we started off on a hot dog cart. And it used to be at the Crenshaw swap meet and shit behind where Magic Theaters used to be. And that's what Cash used to be battling at all the time. And
the little Marlton Square, wherever it's called.
Exactly, shit right there, shit in the front. That's where his stand was, and that's where all the battles, all the MCs used to gather at. Shit, we used to battle there, and then we used to battle also at Fox Hills Mall before they would break it up. But we remember the big orange tower in the mall.
The Fox Hills Mall.
For
these young people that don't know, it's called.
What do they call it now? Westfield?
Yeah,
Westfield Shopping Center.
I'm gonna call it Clay.
Everybody know that's the Fox Hills goddamn mall.
I'm calling Clay.
What about the Mardi Gras USC? Did you battle at the Mardi Gras USC?
Let me tell you, I did battle at the Mardi Gras at UCLA in Westwood. That was always the spot to get it down. That's where I met the Micah 9, AC Alone, and the MC Aces that ended up being the foundation and later on becoming Freestyle Fellowship.
And
a historical thing. I apprenticed under Micah 9 for many years and shit, man. But that's where I met them battling at the fucking.
So you knew Peace too, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I remember when Peace came in the group because originally it was the MC Aces and it was Micah 9, who at the time was Microphone Mike, or if you want to predate it even further, it was Microphone Capone. Microphone Mike.
Microphone Capone.
Yes. Microphone.
Light skinned nigga.
Yes.
I mean,
Microphone before he became Micah, and then it was MC AC Alone, and then it was Spoon Iodine. Those were the MC Aces originally, and then later on it turned into Freestyle Fellowship, and that's when you get Self Jupiter and Peace in the group, and then even Ganja K, who was featured on that first album, To Whom It May Concern, and bless, Ray May rest in beats and shit, man. Ganja K passed away a couple of years ago and shit.
We'll take a quick break, fellas.
I thought he was about to tell us something.
I thought he was going to a commercial and shit.
I'm gonna tell you, Micah 9, for most of my history, I felt like he was about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just the greatest combination of just chops, of presentation, of cadence, and just voice. I mean, he could sing. He could, you know what I'm saying? He could do it.
He brought in melody where he was singing in rhyming patterns. That was what was unique about him. Like nobody was doing that before, where he would actually sing, but the pattern, because you got to think singing was more like stretching the notes, but he was intricately and using harmonies in what he was doing, rhyming, plus with the chop. Like, come on, man. Mike and I fathered a lot of shit, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My love for that brother, it's just I can't even do it justice. I'm just saying
Right.
I have immense respect for
That's
them.
true.
And it's dope that you
And
bring
that's
up that, because that brings a dope point in what we're talking about West Coast history and where I come from, because a lot of what West Coast music is known for is the gangster rap, which really spawns from the NWA, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E bloodline. But there's two bloodlines in LA when you start talking about hip hop and shit. It's the gangster shit, and then it's the lyricism. The lyricism really spawns out of the Good Life, which is the foundation of that is the Freestyle Fellowships, myself, LA Cool is another reputable, like old school cats, because you have to think Freestyle Fellowship, myself, LA Cool, I may be missing some other people and stuff. We already had a history amongst each other prior to the Good Life starting. This Good Life ended up being a nucleus that we all went to that spawned what they quote unquote West Coast backpack rap. Like that's what it is. So it's the two bloodlines in West Coast. You have the gangster stuff, and then you have the backpack or the lyrical stuff, and that usually spawns from the Good Life, and then later on graduated into what we's known as Project Blow.
I think it's a little bit more complicated than that, though, my brother, because you had the lyrics, people that got lyrics but not really talking about anything. Then you got the conscious rap too. You got that in the West Coast too. I mean, you got the conscious rap on the East Coast, but the West Coast has their spawns of conscious rap too. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what was spawn conscious during that time? Because I'm more thinking of in the sense of the style of the music and stuff like that. Like most of the West Coast stuff, and especially the beginning, it was more electronic stuff because
there you go. Yes, sir.
Early hip hop stuff was the 808 stuff, the Uncle Jam's Army that later on graduated into the World Class Wrecking Crew. All that really goes into the gangbanging culture or gangster rap. Because you have to think about what Uncle Jam's Army was. That was, I seen a dude get some, I had a relative that come out, Amir had a relative that came out here from Philly, got stomped out by 60s at an Uncle Jam's Army thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that still cared, that still entertained that market. You didn't really start getting, and then the only MCs that really existed amongst the gangbanging stuff was really King T. He was the
just about to say
Ice-T.
No, but that was the gangbang. That was still the gangster stuff.
Most early Ice-T stuff, though, you have to equate that to breaking, and a lot of that was him.
That's the early Ice-T, but by the time King T was out there, he already had 6 in the morning already out there. You know what I'm saying?
But so let me tell you this is how historical it is. Not to cut you off, but let me tell you how the lyricism is intertwined even in that. The early Ruthless records that came out, all that CIA and all that other stuff. If you look on the back of that,
that's not Ruthless. The CIA wasn't ruthless.
Well, whatever that genre, that gangster stuff that Ice Cube and all of them was messing with. If you look at those early records, if you look on the back of it, Micah 9 is credited for them. He was writing a lot of those records.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, Michael was the MC for those early records that they was putting out.
Bring that back for that knowledge for sure, though, huh?
Yeah, Micah 9 was a credited writer on a lot of that early stuff. So that just lets you know.
Actually, you know what? You just dropped a bomb with that one right there, bro. That's some real. I'm gonna have to go check that out for sure.
We talking about Born Out Loud.
Born Out Loud talking. This is him telling his story.
Wait,
go ahead,
Born. He's going too far because my brother is still current. But let's get into the minutia. He said The Good Life. I saw The Good Life, the movie, the documentary. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, this is The Life.
I seen it. And straight up, and I was like, I just want to say this. I did perform one time at The Good Life.
How did you do?
I did good, but I cursed.
Please pass the mic?
No, never that. Never that.
Okay.
I performed, I cursed, and it was like,
oh, you didn't please pass the mic if they cut the mic off with you.
No, stop. They did not do that. The people, I was rocking that shit, but then I cursed, and then that was like, then it was like I lost my momentum. Then it was like, but this was like in my second performance. But you know how The Good Life was. It was like they don't really know you. They ain't gonna give you no love. I got love.
That was part of the rules. That was part of the rules.
Hey, that's what happened to Fat Joe.
Oh yeah.
Fat Joe
said that at the beginning. That was his little precursor. He's like, not cursing is not my style. But then he went and said that old bullshit. They was like, please pass.
But yeah. I've seen plenty of people survive and fail. remember Jammin' D? He rocked that S one time. They hit that stuff still on YouTube right now.
Now, how about this? Jammin' D went on to be he was on Rap a Lot later on and wrote a lot of Bushwick Bill and stuff like that. He ended up being a in-house writer and shit for Rap a Lot. So
yeah, your protege.
And me and him used to be in French class together writing raps and shit, man.
Wait, hold on. I want to say this. He was your protege.
Yes. He was the son of Lord Mustafa.
I was Do-Rod's protege. We battled. I served him. I'm out of here.
Oh, did he just say that?
That's it. I just wanted to say that.
Call Jammin' D and shit right quick. Let me get that verification. Hold on. I got his number. He must have thought I didn't know it.
Oh man, see now this is what you call receipts.
I'm lucky I'm in the middle of the interview and shit, because I was going to be like, yo, Jammin' D.
Hey, I remember going to the Good Life one time, and this one dude, they said, please pass the beats. That shit was hilarious because the beat was great. They didn't even kill it. They didn't rap the rapper. It wasn't even about the rapper. It's just the beat that he brought was so weak. They were like, please pass the beat. I must have died.
They had in-house beats too. They had like you could choose.
No, but he brought his own, whatever he had. It was like it sounded like a Casio type basic ass whatever, and they wouldn't even let him go. They were just like, please pass the beat. It was
banging today.
He was the in-house producers at the Good Life and shit, which was Good Little Nigga Fish. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Those were the main producers and shit. So if you didn't have a beat, you could get beat from them and shit.
For sure. Spin that back. Spin that back. Spin that back. Salute to the Good Life. Bring the Good Life back or something like that. I pass it all the time.
Evolved.
It's like an herbal store or something like that.
This is the setup. They evolved.
Niggas used to be battling in the parking lot too.
No, you still got Project Blow that actually.
That's my point. Yeah, exactly.
I just performed at Project Blow last Thursday. This past Thursday, I performed over there. So big up to them. And then you got the young people that do something too, an open mic called Bananas. They do that, which is kind of like the young proteges of the Project Blow dudes and shit, and they do their thing
give us a quick breakdown of the transition from Good Life to Project Blow.
Okay, yeah, so that's how this happened, because initially with the Good Life was really ran by a sister named B Hall and her son Blaze. So as Good Life began more popular, brothers wanted more control of what was going on, and they wasn't relinquishing that. That was somebody's restaurant. That was B Hall's program. So what they did was the older brothers, I believe it was AC Alone, Abstract Rude, and a couple of other brothers, I think like Jay Smooth. Them brothers found a brother named Ben who had Chaos Network, which is right across the street from Leimert Park. So they ended up coming up with a deal and creating another open mic place, which ended up becoming Project Blow. And Project Blow now has been going on. They have their anniversary every year. I think they just had the 30th year anniversary in December and shit. So that's how long that's been running. And I think that's the longest running open mic venue that's, exists. And you have to think, the Good Life, Project Blow, all this stuff was the trendsetters for what they end up doing Lyricist Lounge in New York. They didn't have nothing like that. Like what we had was the blueprint. Even when you look at those old TV shows like Moesha,
exactly,
Central, all that stuff.
That's the Good Life. Yeah.
All that stuff is based off of that hip hop circuit that existed from Crenshaw Exposition to Good Life all the way up to Leimert Park. Like that whole culture and lifestyle at that time, they was trying to depict that in those TV shows and trying to depict that era. And that's where I come from. That's where the lyricism and West Coast rap stuff really comes from.
So was you the Fredro star of that? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I came to Good Life with a chip on my shoulder, because you got to think my deal with Movement X was pre-existed before the Good Life. So I came in there, had already been signed. Amongst my peer group, I was the first person signed to a record deal.
I'm going to just say this. I seen you perform there, bro. I was like, God damn, bro, really? You went there. This is, I always describe this like this. It's like he went up there, he grabbed the mic, just destroyed it, chewed it, then walked off. It was cool as hell too. Like, hey, what's up? Like, but he killed it, and everybody knew he killed it. It was just like, what's up, right.
Yeah. I be on my Barzilla shit, man. My barbarian shit, So that's what I pride myself for.
So it went like this. So you went through all that and everything, and then you got a record deal, man. So you got a record deal. Who'd you get a record deal with, and who did you work with since then?
For that album was me and my partner King Born. we were signed to Columbia, which was just prior to them becoming Sony Records, and we are credited with being the first rap act signed directly to Columbia or signed to Sony, because most of their rap acts prior to that were all from sub labels. So when I was signed to Columbia, they had Def Jam at the time. They had Rough House at the time. So I saw, when I got the Columbia and shit, when I saw Rough House come in, I saw Criss Cross, Cypress Hill, Fugees. I seen all those people come into the game. We had the same product manager, which was Karen Mason. Karen Mason was credited with the first person to get a rap group on High Times magazine and shit with Cypress Hill, because you got to realize the weed culture really wasn't out there like that and shit. So those are the type of people I work with. Karen Mason was an ill ass product manager that did great things. She ended up passing away some years ago and shit, man. But she was an ill sister in the game, you know.
I remember seeing that video. Like this was like in 91.
90 was when Freedom Got a Shotgun came out and shit.
I remember seeing, I was living in Florida, and me and my brother, we was looking at the TV because we had it was no cable. If you had cable or you just had an antenna, and it was like, we was watching a show called Crush Rap. It was called Crush Rap, a New York show. But we used to get it, and we was like, that looked like Mustafa. Like that's all we knew you by. It was like, and then we heard it was like, that is him. We called the homies in LA, like, yeah, he signed to this, he doing that. And it was like, Freedom Got a Shotgun.
Yeah.
You know what's
crazy
about that, Mr. Born Allah, bro? I remember that song because I had looked at the video today, right? I looked at it and I was like, oh, yeah, I remember this. I was like, well, who did it first, him or Freedom Got an AK? And then it was like,
Ice Cube did my shit.
I know, man. See, okay, there it is. Hold on, let me spin that back one time because that's what I'm getting at. Is that what happened? Because I remember that Freedom Got a Shotgun. Then I remember Freedom Got an AK. I didn't know who made it. It was you. Hey, spin that back. I was like, whoa, spin it back one more time.
You went to the Good Life, and a lot of people have accused him of stealing stuff.
Right.
More than once.
Volume 10, Pistol Grip Pump had a whole.
Oh man, he had a
how he bit it, you know, with the stretch, you know. And then you have to credit, even prior to me, like when I talk about my rap groups, it's funny because I talked about Bedrock Crew. Now, prior to me getting my record deal, the other group that I was in a group called Disturbers of the Peace. And that group was me, Tash, and E Swift, who later on created the Alcoholics and shit.
Yeah, okay.
So, and that was like in '88, I was in a group with them and shit. And this was prior to them.
Shout out to the Alcoholics.
Yes.
One of my favorite groups.
Those are my comrades. And they tell a story because their first album was done on a beat machine that we actually stole out of a pawn shop back in 80-something. And what we did was, we went into a pawn shop, me and Rico and shit, which is Tash and shit, me and him went in there and asked the dude, like, hey, let me see something over here. So while he was here, E Swift came in behind him and shit and asked to see something on the other side of the store. So when he went over there, we grabbed the drum machine and ran out and shit. Yeah. That same drum machine is that one that they used to make their first album and shit. I believe
another one of my favorite producers of all times.
Yes, and they did that album with a drum machine that I helped to steal and shit. And due to the statute of limitation, I'm able to tell you that.
Yeah, I was about to say. We're doing a Vlad TV right here. You know what I'm saying? So Mr. Born Allah, exactly. Who stole it and how they steal it and when they stole it?
I stole it. I did it. I grabbed it and ran out. I'm the reason why they got the buzzers on the phone machines. I mean, on the doors now and shit. When they got a buzzer to get in and out, I'm half of that reason because I was running out pretty quick.
Hey man, we needed to do what we needed to do so the greatness could occur, and that first album, that is greatness, you know.
Yes.
And listen, stealing is not condoned or allowed on the Focus Up show or network or Spin That Back show, and biting ain't allowed either. We still back in the old school days. We here with Mr. Born Allah, but actually, let me say this much. Let me spin it back one time, Mr. Born Allah. Like I said, but who were some of the people that you actually work with? You know, don't be shy about it. Tell us who you work with.
Oh man, I've worked with all kinds of people, man. Check my TRW let me see. I got a song with Sadat X, which was the remix of Black Cream. I have a joint with shoot.
Black Queen.
Yes. I got a song with Mellow
Man.
Man Ace and shit, which is the dude who did the Miss and Rosa. I got a song with him called Wide Awake and shit that his son Cazell Organism did. That's super dope, man. So I work with Mellow Man Ace. I got a song with him. Actually, my new album I'm super proud of and shit. I mean, I was mixing it last night and shit. My new album is featuring Lakim Shabazz and shit. I mean, him got a song together and shit, man. That's super dope. I mean, I got a song with the remix to West Side and shit is with RBX and West Coast Cam and shit on the B side.
Oh shit! Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah, so
Tabernacle MCs.
Oh yeah, I got my
Tabernacle. Can we talk briefly about the Tabernacle MCs?
I would love.
Panama Red. I'm still friends with him on Facebook. I don't know if you was there, but I seen him at the concert. This was at Universal City. He was with his lady. This was years ago. I'm like, I know who you are. I know Born Unlocked. And you know my brother. I'm like, yeah. We shook hands, took a picture. Salute to Panama Red. Yeah. Yes. He works out. He getting kind of diesel right now.
He's on his triathlon, like, he's on his Dr. Sadie muscle bound shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I heard some of his. I heard some of his music with Short Chop. So
Oh yeah,
I love that dude.
People, that song is super dope and shit.
Yeah.
Man.
So
big up to P Red, man. No, that was a dope era for me, man. Doing the Tabernacle stuff, man. Messing around with the Church of Hip Hop and Financial Prosperity, man. It was a dope thing because what it was conceptually what we did is that we took. The religion that everybody know, but we interpreted in the forms of hip hop. So we was like, preaching our word, you know what I'm saying? So, because in the beginning was the word.
Hey man, sorry to interrupt you, man, but I got a beef. I know that you guys don't like it when mugs be stealing your 5% lingo and you sitting there stealing the biblical. Go ahead, do your thing.
What I wanted to do, and this is a testimony, because even 5%ers was questioning me doing that. Like, they was talking a little raggedy, like, yo, we're born was on, but I was teaching nonetheless. I was making everything real. You know what I'm saying? So we had a whole philosophy and stuff, man, about that, man. So and everybody had a alias. So in the church, I was the Apostle Sweet Daddy Grace because I was the one who came with the revelation. You know what I'm saying? And we used to teach and shit that God for so loved the world that He gave us hip hop. But the B-boy, but the B-boy was crucified by whack rappers and industry bloodsuckers and stuff. So we was
ringtone rappers.
Yeah, we was talking about resurrecting the B-boy or resurrecting our era of hip hop. So that's how we was interpreting it. You know what I'm saying? So we say, we had so many different philosophies. It was just dope to be able to do it, and it was just fun to do. And it was an era where I was having fun rapping again. And that really brought me back because that work ethic and what we used to do, because we had for almost 2 years straight, we had a standing studio appointment. I think it was like Thursdays and Fridays or Friday and Saturday or something like that. And for 2 years, and we did so much music and shit. Like me and P Red, we have a whole album that we never released that we just sitting on called Love, Lust, and Hip Hop, which is just basically a female-based kind of like album that was incredible that we never released. We just had catalog, but it was that work ethic that got me back wanting to rhyme again. So from there, where you span me doing like Fuck Your Favorite Rapper, and then doing the stuff with E-Rule, where I did Dub Fritters and stuff, where we recreated like right in the right-hand corner and shit, and that classic right there with us with the jackets.
Classic. Oh, we're gonna talk about that, but I'm talking about
Fuck Your Favorite Rapper Part 1 and 2. Yeah, it's your 3.
That little thing.
There's a 3. I just never released it.
That little thing got into it with a bus driver.
Absolutely. That even started that little beef, but it was so funny because you got to think when I started doing Tabernacle was me starting to associate myself, because I always tell people I'm from the good life. I'm grandfathered into Project Blowed. But when I did Tabernacle MCs, I was doing it under the Project Blowed imprint. So during that time, I was becoming familiar with like the cats that was around and what they was doing. And when I had seen Bus Driver at the time, I was just a little appalled. I was like, that's just Micah 9. That's all he doing is Micah 9. That ain't not really original. And I had made a comment about that in Fuck Your Favorite Rapper Part 1, which was featured on the Tabernacle MC's mixtape Moses and Aaron. And I think I forget what I said about it and shit. But
I want to say, I want to say this. I remember that song with Meek Mill and Drake. I think they got that from y'all, bro. That song, Church.
Yeah.
I really, you know what I'm saying? I was like, because it was similar, but it's like, wait a minute, they went like, come on, they kind of went all the way in.
All our lingo, everything. It was too much of a coincidence and shit, man. It was just super odd. But I don't be trying to put my ego in place, me thinking that I'm on people's radar. But what you can do is if you go on YouTube, there is a Church of Hip Hop and Financial Prosperity remix with all the choir boys on that same beat redoing that song and shit. You can find that on YouTube and shit.
Okay, well, check this out. Let's do this, bro. We doing a whole lot of talking about it. This is your page right here, man. Let's listen to some of your music, man. What you want to listen to?
Oh, you know what's really dope, man? If you go down, man, I got a new song, man, with my man Blue from Blue and Exile that's real popular and shit called I'm G. Oh my God. That just came out, man. That's doing real well. There it is, right there, man. Play that joint right there. That's off of their new Blue album.
1982, a year before the world will be introduced to blue. I'll be trying to tell these fools.
Pay attention, you need the warnings, and let it ride on them.
G shit, LA shit.
Yeah.
Hey yo, Chewy. Let these niggas know what's good, my G.
Hey yo, my pants is sagging, my weed is rolled up, my bitch is banging, and my green is grown up, and my jeans I'm packing. When I woke up this morning, I just happened to notice I'm G. Oh my pants is sagging, my weed is rolled up, my bitch is banging, and my green is grown up, and my jeans I'm packing. When I woke up this morning, I just happened to notice I'm G. Oh my God.
Like Ice Cube, son, I got love. Your money couldn't buy you none. Niggas looking for the drugs, I could supply you some more
no
shit
disrespect, but where you at, Born? Where you
I wanna get high, twist slide like it's the 4th of July.
He's like, where's your verse?
Every day we light up the sky with the lie. Some do it to get by, unwind me. I just twist the belief and get
Let it roll a little bit.
No disrespect. We gonna have him on if you wanna come on.
He was a G to me. I was born in LA in 1983. Bought a form in LA, now I'm a great MC.
Hey yo, my pants is sagging, my weed is rolled up, my bitch is banging, and my green is grown up, and my jeans I'm packing. When I woke up.
What was that?
I said second verse, here I come.
All right.
Oh my pants is sagging, my weed is rolled up, my bitch is banging, and my green is grown up, and my jeans I'm packing. When I woke up this morning, I just happened to notice I'm G.
Homie, I'm from Coney and Cadillac, over there where the rabbits at. The Almighty in the all blue Dodger fitted hat. Picture that, the God turning water into cognac. Two-stepping and dipping the low-rider chariot. The big homie with the tassel on the kufi, throwing dubs about the hoopty. Hum do along with all the smoke. Break bread with kinfolk, put a sword to a devil's throat. The murder that a brother wrote. Let's get it cracking. Here we go. Devil wear Prada. A lot rock Sergio Tacchini and Diodore. Supreme man and some Dapper Dan. I could quote my lessons while getting a lap dance. Elijah said, you looking at God when you see the black man. So WTF, IJS, OMG. I'm a pro-righteous teacher, but I ain't from PRT. G-O-D, that means good orderly direction. Make a man in my image with a bad chicken and erection.
Hey, yo, my pants is sagging.
Start there next time, brother. That's Born alive.
No. If you play classic, he starts right at the beginning. So that's when you do that. And that's
this
great.
ain't that. We got pressed for time. That was murder. You kind of did your boy bad a little bit on that verse. Come on now.
Come on, man. Blue Cliffy and shit, man.
But that was hard. See, you came with the battle, the straight, like in the chariot, the chariot. Oh, that was hard. Supreme wisdom. Yeah,
but that's a big single right now and shit, man. That's a big joint. And then I got another joint that
wait, where can we find it? Where can we find it? Is this on Tidal, Spotify,
Tidal, all of the places, man, the DSPs, man, you should be able to find my stuff, man. Just put in Born of Law, and I'm pretty sure my catalog will come in. And shit.
I want to hear some more, though. We want to hear some more.
I want to hear. Wait, hold on. Let's go back to 40 Days, 40 Nights. Because
now we're gonna play classic, man. We talked about classic. Play classic. We come back.
I got both of them right here. They back to back. So let's play the first one. 40 Days, 40 Nights. Let's see what that
Brought to you by the good brothers of the Church of Hip Hop and Financial Prosperity. 40 nights, living by bread alone. Living by bread alone. Living by bread alone.
Hey, I had used this sample in the track too.
I'm like whatever, overwhelmed by the pressures in life. The weed keep my powder dry. Times it's like I'm fighting with my hands tied. I like my yak warm, my chicken deep fried. Typical nigga shit. The homie got out the pen on his dean like Malcolm did. His girl bounced on him, so he back in his mama's crib. Smoke something, drink something, and say fuck it then. The devil stay on our heels. Flashbacks of pyramids, slave ships, and cotton fields. I see these youngsters in the spot trying to make it rain. I'ma make it heal in this bitch, cause I'ma throw some change. Y'all know the name, but allow me to reiterate. I'm born to love the apostle, sweet daddy grace. Theme music for them dudes out on bail with the pending case. Cause I'm a product of Reaganomics and Daryl Gates. The battle round, bang them in the head for 40 nights, 40 days.
All right, so now. So you're supposed to give him a taste.
Wait, stop. That to me, that song, like he's saying so much in that one verse right there. He's saying a whole lot and bring it all back to fruition, back to right now. Now this, me and Floyd X, we was playing this. We was in New Orleans. I think it was like 2011 or something like that. But the CD was in the rental car, and we took the rental car back and didn't take the damn CD out.
I got you, man.
Yeah,
I got you. I think I got some more CDs around. I got to get you back right.
Indeed.
So now you need to play the song that I'm telling you need to play.
There you go.
All right. So this is the right version, right?
Oh, that one right there is the album version of shit.
Oh yeah, so no, that's not the version. That's not the version.
The
remix. This one here, Boom Bap.
Yes.
Let me get down, homie. Let me get down, homie. Hey yo, hip hop had it start in the park. And now all I hear is these whack-ass marks. I swam with sharks and used to battle over a beatbox. Wore golf hats and gang-banged and pop-lock. Was on that chronic for them broads is reppin' supersonic. I got the knowledge of 4 cubes, so I fuckin' with Khaled. Before the riots, I knew 120 degrees. And now niggas spit it. Niggas on paperwork swiping EBTs. Working with 2 strikes, trying to feed their seeds. LA world now for them B's and C's. I'm in the wife beater sagging fool, this G.O.D. God in the flesh. My man True tatted the whole flag on his neck. Dedicated to the science of mathematics and hustling. Always with the business, just holler fool with nothing.
Niggas with 2 strikes trying to feed their seeds. That's planet Earth.
Yeah. Right?
So yeah, I mean, you had that one verse when you was talking about I'm assuming that it was Jay when you was talking about laying with the Rothschild.
Oh yeah. I shoot at him a lot, man. Just in being a good 5%er. I don't like confusing the people. And the teaching saved me, man. Saved my life. I am very stern when it's about being a 5%er.
Yeah, that was not a good look. That was not.
Actually, you know what? Tell us about the 5%, bro. How did you get indoctrinated into all this?
Before you do that, let me say one more thing. My battery died. Salute to you, brother. Born online. And I'm about to get up out of here, but salute to you, brother. Love and respect. Keep doing your thing. I'm gonna support you always.
Thank you, always.
For sure.
Indeed.
All right. So, like I was saying, bro, how did you, get involved with the 5% Nation, and how did you learn about it, and what can you tell us about it?
Well, I'm a 5%er. I got the knowledge, man, in '87 when I'm during my rebellious years, man. My mom couldn't do nothing with me. She sent me to go live with my father in New York, and during that time is when I got the teachings. I lived in the Bronx off 174th and Hoe Ave, not too far from the Bronx River Projects. And the high school that I went to was like, it was a swarm of guards. I went to Stevenson, and that's when I initially got the teachings and stuff. I actually didn't start getting it right until I started being able to travel and go to a law school in Mecca, which is where our teachings is rooted as far as being a father. That's been our headquarters since 1968. So being a 5% is about, we teach that man is God, specifically that the black man is God. And the man started this in 1964. He left the temple in 63. He was initially in the Nation of Islam. And when he left the Nation of Islam, he was teaching in the streets of New York in 64 and started off with 9 youth. And those 9 youth went on to teach others, and the nation ended up, growing. I am one of the...
Wait, let me ask you that. Hold on. What year was that again that he left the nation?
He left the temple. He left the temple in 63, but he started our teachings in 64.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Why did he actually, if it's known, why did he leave the nation?
There's a lot of different reasons. A lot of different people say. I think a lot of it was that you had a certain lifestyle, like Allah was regular. You rolled dice, was in the streets. He was a street guy. So I think a lot of that probably had to do with some of the reasons why he left. But that's always, everybody had these various reasons that people bring up. But I think a lot of it was that he wanted to teach what he wanted to teach, and that was a lot of what he had. He got these teachings or came up with these ideas by studying the lessons that the Nation of Islam has. So that's why as 5%ers we have certain lessons that we get. Those lessons come out of the temple. Those are Muslim lessons. But he gave us things that separated us, which was the keys to unlocking what those lessons mean. And that was supreme mathematics and supreme alphabet. And those are the cornerstones of our teachings.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what's today's mathematics? God?
I only answer that and stuff with brothers and stuff, man, who are 5%ers, but I will entertain you.
No, bro, no, for real. You ain't gotta do it. You ain't gotta do it.
I will let you know today is wisdom, God, all being born to born. Sure. You know what I'm saying? And you are now hearing the wisdom of God, because you did, probably what a lot of people know about 5%ers, when they go to study it, when they look up something, they get the most popular answers and not necessarily the correct answers. So you are hearing the wisdom of God right now, because I'm telling you how these teachings came about, and everything I'm telling you is true. So whatever is born from this, whatever concept or idea that you have from that, and keep in mind, this is wisdom of God. So I'm giving you the wisdom of God. And the result of that, what is born from that, will definitely be coming from the truth. Now, whatever your opinion of what a 5% is, if it's based off of life. So
hey. You know what? If that's what it is, bro, we need to hear that. We really did need to hear that. Let me spin that back one more time.
And I always talked about how you always point out that what you're coming from is more of a cultural standpoint than anything. So
right. Yes, absolutely. And that's what it is, because Allah, when he came to us, Allah didn't come to us with any religion, because when you have a religion, you're kind of cornerstone. You get your book, you get your God, you don't want to hear anything else. So if you're a Christian, you got Jesus, your Bible, you don't want to hear nothing else. If you're a Muslim, you get the Quran and Muhammad, I don't want to hear nothing else. But Allah came to us with a culture and a lifestyle, the way that your person lives. So I can interpret these teachings and utilize any of those books. All those things are options and stuff in teaching the truth and teaching the people. So that's the difference between having a religion and having a culture. I have just all those things in order to teach the truth.
And that's a really the difference between you guys, not you guys, but the gods and the nation, right there. That's one of the biggest, differences right there, right? Well, I'm just saying, on the surface.
Right.
And the big part of the reason how the Focus Up, a lot of the connections in the Focus Up network came to the fact that we used to have these incredible debates on Facebook. So it was me, you, Floyd X,
right.
Rest in peace, and Paxton, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Smooth. So that was like the beginnings in our we've known each other from but we were having like really thoughtful discussion. That's why I met Omar from. You know what I'm saying? So we had Omar on the show. He was part of those big discussions as well.
Right, right. No, it's dope to see the growth of all definitely people that we grew up with, and the school of thoughts that they end up going into and stuff. So it's always unique for me, because you got to think I got knowledge relatively young. I got knowledge when I was 16, so I've been a 5% longer than I've been without it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Right. So this is mostly what I've known all my, coming up. So I never was anything else. Can't nobody be like, oh, I remember, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been this. I've never flip-flopped, and, you know, I know a lot of people that be a lot of different things and a lot of time, and all that's fine because people are discovering themselves. But
yeah,
I know who the living God is.
Hey, man, thanks for dropping all this knowledge and everything on us, man. We do appreciate it. At least I do right here. Let's spin that back one more time. And let me ask you this, though, bro. So you still out here doing your thing, man. What's the newest project that you got going on right now? Are you pushing it? Are you planning on pushing it? Do you have something else in the pipeline? What's going on with you right
now?
I
got several things, man. They can go back and check different things, man. My group AOD, Angles on Dope, man. Shafiq Hussein, Mark Live, Don Salam, Tarak. My brothers Speed Walton, man. We have a group called AOD. Very, very dope. Just a conglomerate of different people. So you get the last 2 singles we put out, We Are Not the Same, and Conclusions, that's out right now, man. So go ahead and check that. As far as my solo stuff, man, I'm working on a new project right now that is due to come out maybe like this summer. I'm gonna start dropping singles right now. I think I'm solid on the title. It's gonna be called Sweet Daddy Grace Badass Songs. So it's going to be pretty dope. My people over at Flourish and Prosper is putting it out, so I'm pretty excited about it. Man, got some dope features and stuff. Right now, I do have another joint out called Talk My Shit with me and Jism and my brother Soul King on it and stuff. I got plates out, man. Right
Soul
now.
King from the Barbershop MCs.
Absolutely, man. Big up to Barbershop MCs. Big up to Soul King, man. His catalog is ill as well.
And it comes back to that Liquidation network. So you talk about PT and all of this stuff. So, you know, shout out to Blue Pack and, you know, all of that stuff. So, yeah, Violated Peoples, you know, just, yeah.
The whole thing. And then my last projects that I put out, I'm gonna check those EPs. I got a joint called 6 out that was produced totally by Jism High Definition. Before that, I have Analog Baby and stuff, which is another joint that I put out, man, that's produced by Soupzilla out of Germany. Ill producer and stuff, man. The single that I put out off of there was Jabril that I have with Rock of Iron Science and shit from Dilated People and shit. That was a big single as well. So I got work out there right now. We played the joint with Blue. That's like a big thing right now, man. Brothers, Blue's new album with Shafiq Hussein is popping right now. I'm featured on there. So I got work with this new project I'm about to put out, man. I'm super excited about, man.
Well, check this out. Spin that back. This man is still putting out projects and everything. It was one more thing I wanted to ask you, bro.
Wait.
Well, hold on. Here, go walk. Go ahead, walk.
I just want to say Supreme Wisdom fucking up the algorithm. That's the lineup. I'm salute to my nigga. And hey, I'm waiting on my lift coming right now, but tell Jamie D no rematches.
I still gotta call and verify that information that you put out there. Let's get that verified first before we start talking about a rematch.
I got him. Yeah. All right, y'all. Hey, love and respect.
Respect, people, respect. He popped right back in on us just to get his little move.
I was about to do it. He sent me a text and disturbed it. I'm like, normally he gets upset with me messing with my phone, but I'm like, his fool sending me texts. So I was about to put those comments on.
Oh man, he climbed right back in on us like, oh, I'm back. But I appreciate you all having me, man, and digging in, man. It's dope to bring up this history, man, and talk these things and reflect on it and stuff, man. I never consider how far I go back and how many different things come in until I start having these type of conversations and stuff, man. So I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity to do that and stuff. Just even being familiar with the catalog, man, it's super dope because to see, you know, amongst your homies, your true homies that mess with your stuff, man, like that stuff, it always be like, blows me back. Like, oh, they really rock with me and shit, man. And I appreciate that.
I mean, like I said, I heard your name before. It was like, I know I heard this name. Too. I saw that today, and I just put it together. I'm like, oh, you know, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. It's like, okay, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, let me just spin that back because you never know what's what, man. I'm just glad to see that you're still doing it. It's been over 30 years you doing this, man. Let me give you a salute, man, because
man, thank you.
I appreciate, you know, you as an MC doing your thing. And I'm, like I said, I heard some of the new stuff. Yeah, man, listen, you still holding it down. You know what I'm saying? You ain't selling out. You still doing your thing. You still representing these streets.
Grown man bars, grown man music.
West Coast, you're doing it correctly.
Right.
Hey man, I love that. You know, what I'm saying? Some enough respect, man. I'm gonna have to actually shoot you some beats, man. Maybe I can squeeze a beat in there on you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm always working, man. I'm always, doing shit, man. So I'll be something that you never know. It's just something catch my ear. We gonna do it and shit. I'll be putting the shit out, man. Shit, I like some shit. I put it out.
And that's what I was gonna ask you, man. It seemed like you do a lot of features. Do you see yourself doing a whole lot of features, or more or less you doing a whole lot of, stuff on your own, or
just
like a combination?
The features come in from just being around working artists.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things that I try to do is just I keep working artists around me so that, because my philosophy right now is I'm too old to be doing demos. So I don't want to be doing stuff that's just sitting in people's hard drives. To me, that's just unproductive. So I stay around a lot of working artists. So some way, in some capacity, is going to come out. Somebody's going to put it out and so it always works out. So I have a lot of stuff catalog, but with all intents on putting it out.
That's right.
So that's why you see all the different features and stuff like that. People will be like, "Oh, yo, I got these songs. You know what? I'm mixing it. Let's put it out. Let's do a video." Like, that's just the environment right now, man. Like, you can just put things out now, and it is what it is. Because you got
doing the videos and all that stuff. Because I went to one of your video shoots, so yeah, I brought my daughter to that. So that was the Dub Fritters. But
Dub Fritters video, man. that video right there, I think I had the most fun doing. That was probably the most fun I had doing a video, man.
I saw a video that you did too, bro. It looked like it was like a bridge locked up. It looked like it was in Compton somewhere. It looked like Compton to me.
Really?
Was it Compton? Where was it?
Which one is it? The you know what? The Hardcore Righteousness video where I'm building.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
That was actually downtown. I want to say over by the 4th Street Bridge somewhere. One of them bridges down in the bottom of it and stuff over the railroad track. The brothers from the directors and shit, Empty and Travis, they really found that location and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, for sure. LA got a whole lot of little cuts.
Be careful filming them because they're big.
Yeah. You gotta be that. Yeah, you gotta be on your toes too. It is what it is. But I'm just saying, yeah, for sure. Hey, man, but we appreciate you having you here, man. Hey, come back any other time that you want to come and discuss some hip hop with us. You know what we do. 79 to 99, the golden age through the prehistoric age. This is what we do in the history of recorded hip hop. This is what we talk about.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
So anyway, what I'm talking about too. I love to hear y'all dialogue.
Yeah, we be getting it right most of the time, according to you. Hey, Mr. Nice Guy, you got anything else to say about this one, Tay?
Hey, I'm just telling you, this is my brother. We go back since the 6th grade. It's been great to see your journey. There are times where we didn't connect as much as we did, but over the course of time, we connected back even more so. So, I'm sorry I had to give you that lesson on Madden when you was calling me out on Facebook, but it's all good.
I went back on now. Actually, we need to get off here, maybe go right now. I'm glad I forgot all about it. I might need to get back in. I might need it today.
That's what's up. That's my brother. So, anyways, man,
yes,
I love you, man. That's it. Let's go ahead. What would you say, El Poo? Take us out.
With all that being said, peace out to everybody, man. We appreciate y'all coming back to the Focus Up Show and supporting us. Hey, click that like button, that share, subscribe. Do us that. That's all we ask. Just hit that like button and share it. We'd like you to subscribe too, for real though. Anyway, check us next week. Well, maybe we won't be on next week, but the week after that, we will be back. Focus Up Show. Spin That Back Show, 10:30 a.m. Saturday mornings. Check us out.